Hey, my name's Zach Hammer, and I am the creative director of The Brook. What does that mean? Well, I do a ton of photo, video, graphic stuff, and I've been doing that for quite some time. And one of my favorite things about photo and video is, honestly, the gear. There's so many cool cameras and tools that come out every single year. It's so much fun to keep up with it. And there's a huge culture of people who shoot photo, video, and do graphic design who are always looking for the next tool, the next camera, the next lens, so that they can create more cool things. Well, there's another big concept in the filmmaking, photography world, and that is story is king. See, it doesn't matter what gear you have, what transitions you're able to do in camera, all these fancy editing techniques, none of it matters if you don't have a good story that you're telling. See, at the end of the day, you're just throwing cool visuals at someone, but it's never actually gonna do anything, and it'll never actually impact them. So why does that matter? Well, story matters so much when you're creating something. And I wanna share with you how your story can impact people. See, everyone's story or testimony has so much power, and we find this in Matthew 5:18-20. Jesus said this: as he was getting into a boat, a man who had been demon-possessed begged Jesus, and he said, don't go. But Jesus said to him, go home to your own people and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you. So the man went away and began to tell the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and all of the people were amazed. This man didn't have some crazy training in how to share his story. Jesus said, hey, no, just go tell people what I've done for you. Sometimes I feel like our stories are not good enough. I know I haven't been demon-possessed, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't tell your story of how God has changed your life. You don't need to be a preacher on some stage. You don't even need to have a camera in front of you to tell the story that God has had in your life. All you need to do is follow what Jesus said in this passage. Just go out and share what he's done in your life. I think a lot of times, especially in Christian cultures, we put so much emphasis on being a preacher or being trained to tell stories a special way. But like I said before, story is king. You don't need some embellished fancy words. You don't need to be recorded to be able to have a story that impacts people and impacts your community. So what can we do knowing that we need to go and share our testimonies and stories with other people? Well, I have an I will statement for you. And my I will statement for you is this: I will share one way my relationship with God has impacted my life with someone this week. Let me say that one more time. I will share one way my relationship with God has impacted my life with someone this week. See, everyone has a powerful testimony and a story. The world needs to know, how has God impacted your life? And guess what? As you share that testimony, you share that story, you're gonna start to see other lives changed.